And Rich Trapper tapping in, TNN Trap News Network. You feel me?
Rich Trapper.
The homie wanted you to whitelist this shit too.
Who?
Rich Trapper.
Rich Trapper?
He be reacting to your shit. Rich Trapper tapping in TNN Trap News Network. We back in the same, like cracking the same, man. Like, comment, subscribe for more. That's good content we got going on here at TNN Trap News Network. Some news you could use. Knowledgeito, you can't get nobody's Knowledgeito, big dog. Make sure y'all get into that if you ain't got into that. Like, comment, subscribe for more. That's good content we got going on here at TNN Trap News Network. Like, comment, subscribe, like, comment, subscribe, like, comment, subscribe. For more. That's good content we got going on here at TNN Trap News Network. News you can use. Knowledgeito, you can't get a Knowledgeito, big dog. Make sure you get into Frida Trappers over on Crenshaw King. My allergies are doing a whole lot better than yesterday, man. Crenshaw King, Free the Trappers. Before we get into my allergies, Crenshaw King, Free the Trappers. Make sure y'all get that Rich Trapper, Trap Lottie, Trap Pack. Get into that if you ain't got into that, man. Free the Trappers, Crenshaw King, Rich Trapper, Trap Lottie, Trap Pack from Free the Trappers. It's available now. Make sure y'all get into that if you ain't got into that. Trap Lottie, 10 grams of absolute greatness, man. Rich Trapper, Trap Lottie, Trap Pack from Free the Trappers. Make sure y'all get into that. My newest single, 100,000 Cash. Get into that if you ain't got into that. That's out now on all streaming platforms, as well as make sure you drop a comment, because the best comment between now and 50,000 subscribers will get a $500 cash Appington from me and another $500 from T-Rail over on Back on Fig. So make sure you get into that. Can you dig, my nigga? Get into that if you ain't got into that. Make sure y'all get into these good allergy medications, bro. So I had my allergies. Y'all watch my videos yesterday. I was messed up. My head was hurting. I had a sinus headache. The sinus headache is 100% gone. That's beautiful. I took some nasal spray, some Sudafed, Excedrin. I had some ginger lemon tea. That cleared me up. But I put on a thermal, a long sleeve, a hoodie, some thermal pants, and some sweatpants. And I wrapped myself up in 4 blankets last night, and I sweated it out. So now my bed is entirely stripped because I am washing my sheets because I have sweaty sickness all over my bed, and I had to go ahead and wash that off. But that's how I got rid of it. And I'm still like all in here, but I ain't in here. You feel me? Being in here is way better than being in here. So that's better. Anyway, we got Akademiks speaking on No Jumper. Talking bad about No Jumper, Akademiks is. Talking about they doing an interview with Pop Smoke's 187er. We finna jump into this Kantiana, man. Let's get to it. Let's go.
I want to issue a big trigger warning. I'm like conflicted with kind of like dealing with this. You know, let me ask y'all, because maybe, you know, I don't have to show footage. So here's the thing. You know, number one, in the media space, we're all different. I'm different from Adam. I'm different from Vlad. I'm different from Sean Cotton. There's certain things that maybe I would do, they wouldn't do. There's certain things they would do, I wouldn't do. I don't judge them, and I try not to judge them because of these things, because I realize we're all running a business, and I realize we also have different perspectives. Like, I'm not going to hate some, like, I've realized, like, don't beef with your the top tier media guys. Now, the rest of y'all little peons, I shit on y'all. But I've learned that we're all pushing forward some independent media shit, and I try not to, you know, like even years ago when me and Adam got into it, obviously I cared about what the fuck I was upset about, but I'm glad that we kind of was able to cut that out, because we're pushing the same line. Like, when I win, it helps Adam. If Adam wins, it helps me. It does, right? We're pushing the independent media line. Okay, anyway, the point is this. The Pop Smoke killer who did an interview with Adam, it's not something that I kind of love. I don't like it at all, actually. I'm actually even more disinterested because I'm hearing that he possibly was paid. However, I can't be a hypocrite and say I'm not also intrigued by the information that I've wondered about for a long time. What the fuck really happened? How the fuck 4 dudes get into a house? They knew the exact...
Now, here's the thing. I'm sure that young man got paid handsomely by Adam 22. However, he didn't get paid as much as Adam 22 is gonna make off that video circulating, making money off the internet. So if he was smart, he would have got chili up front and a back end deal off what the video was gonna make, you know, as the months continue to go for X amount of period of time. Because for those of y'all who don't know, YouTube pays out on the 21st of every month, and that video is gonna continue to generate revenue from now until the time that YouTube no longer exists. You know what I'm saying? possibly forever. So his one-time cash out of maybe $10,000 isn't anything compared to that video making $5,000 to $10,000 a month for the next however many months to years and all that kind of stuff. So it was kind of a bad deal.
They knew the exact time the person, Pop Smoke, the guy who had the money, was the most lacking. They went through the right door, the right time. He's the only one who got shot. Nobody else got shot. And that has been like one of those things that kind of, it plagues you in terms of questioning. Now, sometimes we get all those details seemingly in the court process. Like, for example, with X, I think we got all the information that we would ever need to hear through the court process. Like, through, obviously there was a cooperant there, and he spelled out the whole thing, but the detectives told us what they found out, this and third, and brought a lot of people understand. There's no question that we would have or need to have for the guys who killed X. But in this Pop Smoke thing, it was always interesting because apparently half of the people who ran into that house were minors. And because they were minors, we didn't hear too much about the case or know their identities. So we're left speculating on what happened. Did he get backdoored? Did a girl set him up? Is it because he had a party at the crib? Did he post the fucking thing at the door that showed did he post like some shit that showed the address of where they were staying? How did they know? Was it a hit from somebody from New York? We hear that like after he got shot, the first 911 call came from New York. It's all type of shit we've been. So really, there is some intrigue in just trying to find the truth, and finding the truth to a lot of these situations is a path to understanding and accepting, and even mourning and grieving over the death of someone that you either liked or even you was a fan of. So one of the guys who was involved in the murder has gotten out. His name is Blockstar. Adam 22 of No Jumper. He did an interview with him. And again, I said earlier on the stream, which I still stand by, I do think this sets a dangerous precedence that puts me in a hot spot too, because, put it like this. Like, in chat, I very well know this. If I start offering interviews for everybody who kicks in somebody's door and people feel like Akademiks' interview could get them from A to B,
so it sounds like Akademiks is like shaming Adam 22 and No Jumper.
Be more people that kick in niggas' doors. Do you get what I'm saying? So when you start interviewing killers of rappers and you're a rap outlet, you almost give the green light to people. Yo, like, people are ready. They'll kill a rapper to get some.
Hey, is Akademiks possibly sick of No Jumper and Adam 22 and all their bull honky? Wow. Okay, Akademiks is saying too far. Enough is enough. All right.
Types in their hood or some whatever. People, if they think, oh shit, I could have a career after this because I smoked a rapper who claiming he tough, you might encourage. I'm not saying it's a direct correlation, but because we are rap media, I do think we have some type of duty to try to insulate the people who are rappers, right? Like, we don't want to, like, for example, we wouldn't be like, hey, listen, everybody go check, like, we wouldn't announce how rappers would be lacking because that would just be irresponsible. So I kind of relate that to interviewing people who have killed rappers who aren't public figures. This kid is not a public figure. He's not a rapper. It's not like Quando Rondo and Lil Tim and King Von shit. It's none of that. This is some kid who was just going around kicking down doors, trying to rob people. Here's more additional reasons why I wouldn't do it. And again, Adam did do it, but that's him making his own decision. And also, I am wondering how New York is going to take it. First of all, my headquarters is based in New Jersey, 3 minutes away from a tunnel that leads into Manhattan. That's where my headquarters is at. It's a hop and a skip away. Now, I don't know if New York is like LA or like some other places, like let's say Atlanta. I guess Atlanta, if one of their major rappers was killed, they would all band together. But I know what Pop Smoke meant to a lot of people that I wouldn't be interested in interviewing this killer. honestly, right? Now, Adam, and I don't think the West Coast appreciates Pop Smoke that like how people on the East Coast do. So maybe that's why we probably have a different perspective. Like, Pop Smoke was going to be the guy. Like, I'm telling you, in the lineage of people who ran New York with iron fist, Pop Smoke was going to be the guy. There's nobody comparable, no one close. He was going to run New York like no one else. If you're familiar with the drill movement, even as it moves to Bronx, you understand that, but you also understand what his death has done for the entire ecosphere. It's decimated a lot of things. He was going to bring New York drill commercially. You know how Dirk brought a lot of that Chicago drill shit commercially? He was going to bring it commercially for New York. So he does mean a lot. And those reasons, I'm like, yeah, I really want to hear from this guy. Or really, I think he tried to leverage the fact that we had posted that he got out of jail. He tried to leverage it against Adam. It's like, yo, Adam, Ak want to interview with us, and he's offering some money just to try to get more money. And Adam hit me and was like, Ak, wait, are you bidding on getting this guy's interview? And I'm like, yo, Adam, I wouldn't pay this motherfucker a coin. Now, I say all that to say, whatever Adam paid him, it is what it is. You can judge Adam if you want. Again, not the move I would have made, but I'm not going to sit here and fucking violate over it. Anyway, he did do an interview.
Now, what I will say is, Adam has already proven to not have any real boundary when it comes to this content space and all that kind of stuff. That's what we already know. They'll use the advantage of, well, Keefy D did it. They'll use that, and that'll be the argument and all that kind of stuff. The biggest difference between Keefy D and the young man who killed Pop Smoke is an adult versus a child. This is clear exploitation of a child. And granted, he's 18 years old, so he's old enough to be blah, blah, blah. We watched that interview with that young man. He clearly has the mental capacity of a fucking kid. We're not going to act like he doesn't. He clearly has the mental capacity of a kid. Clearly. Not saying that he should be exonerated by the court of public opinion or anything like that. But what I am saying is that young man has the mental capacity of a child. And we're watching a child who made an adult decision deal with the consequences of, you could tell all in his back and forth that he's regretful, but he really doesn't know what to do with the situation and the stress placed upon him.
I don't know if I should play it, if I'm like feeding into this, and I'm a hypocrite on my own words if I play it. And maybe I should probably paraphrase. I did watch it. But also, I did look at it from this angle. And also on a business level, I don't even know if it's a smart move for Adam. I don't think there's a bunch of New York rappers that's going to want to come up to your platform after you just interviewed the killer of their beloved figure. I just don't think so. I could be wrong, though. I could be wrong. I've been wrong on some of these things a lot of times. People usually don't care. But I don't know. Okay? Somebody said interview. No, I've been waiting to interview Mike D. Mike D promised to interview. I'll definitely interview Mike D. Whenever Mike D wants to speak, he could talk to me. But I'm just not trying to, Like, there's certain parts of the interview the dude was like, yeah, I'm not sorry about it. He's like, yeah, I wish it could have went different, but I ain't sorry about it. It's like, yeah, that nigga rapped about killing. I was just like, now, granted, I don't want to be some soft cupcake pussy who's like, oh, okay, I'm just in my feelings because Pop Smoke died and I like his music, when he himself rapped about murder himself. But there's a tint to this. I'm a hip hop media outlet. Okay? I'm a hip hop media outlet, right? So it does matter. Right? I'm not just a random media outlet that just look at violence as violence. I'm a hip-hop media outlet that has promoted the brands of people like Pop Smoke. I've supported his rise. I've done that. You get what I'm saying? It's not just I'm News at 7 that just treats everything as everything. We're hip-hop. Okay. Yeah, and I'm seeing a bunch of people say don't play. Yeah, I'm not about to play. Essentially, what he did say, I'll just give you like the breakdown, a little paraphrasing. He wouldn't give too much information. He kind of intimated that maybe he wasn't a trigger man and he was taking a rap for somebody else who was older. When he was caught, or when this happened, he was like 15 or 16. So the reason why he's out, he got juvenile life.
And that
so
would make
juvenile life
in the street culture. It would make sense for a younger man to take the charge for an older man, because an older man would have got 25 years to a life sentence, where the young man who got juvenile life is only. Let me see. What year was Pop Smoke unalived? Pop Smoke's life was tragically 2020. So, hold on, y'all. Gross. It's the mucus buildup, man. I'm getting rid of all these allergies. It's all coming down, man. That the nasal spray got it dripping. Don't worry about it. If you got allergies, you know exactly what I'm going through right now. If you don't got allergies and you make like a weird cocaine joke or anything like that, your mom's a whore, your dad sucks meat, and you just like your daddy. Anyway, a younger dude will get the sentence of juvenile life, 2020 to 2024. He's get out at a certain time. He served a juvenile life sentence. Boom, he's back on the street. Where an older man would have to do that 25 years to a life sentence and really have to be in that predicament and really have to be over there.
They let you out at like 21 or whatever the case is. And
What? Get the money out the bag. Get the money out the bag. Thank you, Daddy. Love you. You're a great son. I'm proud to be your dad.
I don't know how he was in charge as an adult, but he got out and looked like, even in an interview, he didn't say too much. He wouldn't say how he found the address. He did say he didn't get backdoor by a woman or by somebody else, or some ridiculous rumors that got backdoor by his friend. The guy said he didn't get backdoor at all, but he wouldn't say exactly how they got the address. Now, I have to believe he's being elusive because he's still not trying to say shit that would help incriminate the other guys that are still locked up, because there's an adult still locked up. And I think that guy's probably going to be appealing this and third. So it's one of those things where he's still not saying much, but he said enough. And he essentially kind of comes to the, why did you shoot him? Or even if you didn't shoot him, why was he shot? And they said, it was just too much movement going on. Like, it was too much action, too much movement. And that's why people get shot. And it's kind of like a sad, non-dramatic climax of the whole thing. It's basically these guys who seemingly didn't know too much about Pop Smoke. He actually said,
hey, and random, I forgot, man. The 4th of July came and went, man. Give a late shout out to the Hoovers from 7-4. They had their hood day. Shout out to the 7-4 Hoovers. They had their hood day. I don't know why that just popped into my head right now, but I did not give them a shout out on July 4th. So I do want to give a shout out to the 7-4 Hoovers who had their hood day on July 4th. Shout out to those guys.
He thought Pop Smoke was a model. He's like, yeah, I thought he was a model. You know what I mean? He didn't even know he was like, this is like a gangster rapper out of New York. And he's basically saying the shit just kind of went left. And he said he was, after the killing, he was waiting every day, looking through. The guy doesn't seem like he's bragging too much, even though sometimes he gets arrogant. But he kind of seems remorseful. He's like, I wish it didn't happen.
He definitely seemed remorseful. You can see the demons on that young man's heart for sure.
But he does say he's not sorry, which I don't know if you're not remorseful, but you're not sorry, what that is. But anyway.
Hold on.
Let me see if he said anything else that's... Yeah, so he got the location. He won't tell people how. He won't exactly pinpoint or say if anybody else shot. He's probably protecting people. He talked about his time in prison. He did send condolences to the mom.
What? Get the front door. Get the front door.
He did say the guy nor no woman were involved in setting it up. And it kind of just comes across as, again, as an anticlimactic.
I like that Akademiks is taking a stance on this, man. I know that he is definitely like an honorary New Yorker. I'm not sure if I think he's from Jamaica, but he like raised on the East Coast and all that. But I like the stance that Akademiks is taking. I like the moral boundary that he's giving in this situation. I see you, Akademiks. I like that.
Wrong place, wrong time. Looks like maybe Pop Smoke may have put up a struggle, and they felt they had to shoot him. It's just kind of sad. Unfortunately, that is the backdrop of what he's going on with. This is why we're not going to play it, right? So we're not going to play it because he's 100% trying to start some type of notoriety. He even admitted that he has a $1 million offer for a documentary, which again,
Akademiks is not giving any light to this kid. Akademiks is not giving anything to this kid. He said that, hey, man, I see what you got going on, and I will not be a part of making it successful.
Just rewarding the people who killed your favorite hip-hop stars, right? And I'm trying not to be a hypocrite because, shit, let's think about the WAC 100 Keefe D thing. If Keefe D gets bonded out by WAC, all signs point to WAC getting some type of check and giving Keefe D a check for the production of either a movie or a documentary about the killing of Tupac. So, try not to be a hypocrite here, but
the only thing that makes it different is the fact that it's a child versus an adult. And again, y'all can say, oh, well, he's grown. Bro, that is clearly a child. Like, that is clearly a child.
I don't know. I think one thing was very clear to me. People on the West Coast don't give a fuck about Pop Smoke. Like, Pop Smoke was just like, On the East Coast,
now, that would be the same. That would be, something that could be possibly true. Through West Coast culture, we could be a little bit more desensitized to things like that because, unfortunately, people losing their lives and, celebrities and artists losing their lives is an unfortunate part of the norm of, California culture, West Coast culture, specifically LA culture. We are all familiar with gangs and gang banging, and unfortunately, we might have all suffered those traumas and those losses and are desensitized to a lot of things. So I do not think that Akademiks is wrong at all when he says a lot of people on the West Coast just simply don't care about Pop Smoke, and that unfortunately is true.
He was the next coming, right? And maybe that's just a disconnect between coasts, because I think a lot of people on the East Coast, they don't give a fuck about West Coast shit. Like, if you ask the average person on the East Coast,
that's very true.
Drake Kill the Ruler died, they're gonna be like, okay, they don't care. If you ask people on the West Coast, shit. Like, if you ask the average person on the East Coast, Drake Kill the Ruler died, they're gonna be like,
East Coast people don't care about West Coast people to the fact that they don't even know West Coast artists' names. Draco the Ruler, words are hard. Draco is actually what you were trying to say. Drakeo, we have no idea who that is. Draco is actually, to your point of not caring about what's going on the other coast.
Okay, they don't care. If you ask people on the West Coast, it's a big deal, right? So maybe it's just a coastal disconnect. Nevertheless, I'm not going to show the video, and if I'm not going to show the video, I mean, you guys are going to look it up if you want to, but if I'm not going to show the video, let's just move on, right? Okay.
All right, man, and that's that. That's Akademiks talking about his situation and his thoughts process of Adam 22 sitting down with Pop Smoke's Unaliver, man. We finna get up out here to the next one. Make sure y'all like, comment, subscribe for more good content that we got going on here at TNN Trap News Network. Some news you can use, some knowledge you can't get in college, man. We up out here to the next one. It's Free Avenue Angel till he's free. We gone.